Hello, beautiful family. I've had the pleasure of talking to the most incredible dads, single moms, parents, just beautiful. And it's so important to not use your kids as pawns. See, when you both made that child or created the child, etc., it was out of love, pure ecstasy love or lust, whatever reason it is. Both you beautiful beings have created this incredible soul on earth. This magnificent child, those children, however many they are, they're just so beautiful. And to use them as pawns is such. Why? Like, I've talked to these beautiful dads, and you can just feel the love that they feel for their kids, and not having to be able to see them, etc. I understand the courts, etc., is a whole other issue when it comes to kids. That's, yeah, it's just, yeah, I do feel it's unfair sometimes because some women or men have really crazy demands because they're hurting because XYZ wasn't met, etc. It's about taking responsibility as parents, as mothers, as fathers. None of us are perfect, we're all doing our best, and the minute the child comes into the world, everything changes. The whole dynamics changes, time changes, the time you can spend with each other, the quality time, what you're feeling, because your hormones are, in a different world, because you're going through something you've never been before. And instead of emasculating the man and taking the kids away and controlling that dynamic, so saying like, oh, I'm hurting, so let me try and make you hurt you by taking the kids away. That's like being a toddler, like, this is mine, like, I control it. Or even not that, toddlers are more forgiving and more loving. It's just why hurt the man that loved you so much, that has given birth to your kids? It's so hard for me to listen to the stories of these men, and just because they clearly love the kids. Things don't work out in relationship for different reasons. We have this idea of a relationship when we get into it, and then dynamics change over time, or our values become different, or even as parents, something inside shifts, and polarity sometimes shifts, the masculine feminine role, or intimacy shifts, or there's, because other issues also come up, like we're constantly healing, grieving, releasing. It's just, yeah, so it's just, you know don't do that to the kids. They deserve the love from both the parents, the father and the mother. And this is on the basis that the father and the mother, they're both, I know some people have issues and the kids are better off without them. I'm talking about the aspect where the kids are used as bait. And, it also sets up this relationship paradigm for the kids that people don't understand, in the sense that, example, if they don't have a strong father figure, then the woman or the man, whatever sexual orientation is, would gear towards men that hold that father figure space for them. And if they have a negative view on men, then they would attract that sort of vibrational frequency, or for lower vibrational frequency, because they feel they maybe don't deserve the attention of a man, or are not loved, or even saying things like, your dad is like XYZ, or your mom's like XYZ. It's not your place. It's, if, let the kids sort themselves out, like, let them figure the person out by themselves, because the way, example, I would know one person completely different than another person. We would have completely like different connection, different bond, different feelings, because we both perceive that person differently. So, let everyone have a blank slate and let them decide how they feel about the person. Let them, learn, be there to hold their hand every step of the way. And yeah, it's, in whatever form it could be, like a love, like from a grandfather, positive role model, some other masculine figure to fill that role, or if it's the other way, then a feminine figure to place that role. So yeah, just, you know, journal, journal how you're feeling, talk to a friend or the ocean or Mother Earth. She always listens to me. She's so kind. And you know, you go through ups and downs, and it's about owning where you are and how you're feeling. And sometimes it's tough because we have this blueprint in our head about how our life should be. Like, you know, we should have had that house, that car, that dog, that picket fence, you know, the acre of land, trees, herbs, whatever it is for you. Some life unfolds itself at the perfect time, and we can't even know how magnificent it's gonna be. We just like we just flow and just let those gates open, and let God or the divine, the universe, bring in that person for you, and you know, that support system for you. And remember why you love that person, why you wanted to parent with that person, and the good qualities about them, and how blessed we are that they came into our life, and the lessons that they taught us. And it's about releasing, letting go, and letting the kids have a beautiful, grounded, stable atmosphere where they feel loved. Like, even this lady, this stepmother, she was so beautiful. She was like, I love my ex-husband's girlfriend because she takes care of our daughter like her own. She feeds her, she, plays with her. She just takes care of her like my own. And let kids love more people they feel safe with, more people you trust and feel safe with. So, you know, once you release the control and let go, you'll see how much more magnificent men can be, because when you cage them, it's so hard because they don't feel free. So when they're free, they can express so much more, so much more. And I recommend reading the Queen Code, because men are just such wonderful creatures, and once you open the floodgates and let them in the sense of where you feel safe and protected, and you know it's the right men, etc., yeah, they can move mountains for you, literally, in your heart, in your world, in your soul space. It's very blessed that I'm surrounded by incredible men, starting from my grandparents, my grandfathers, my father, my brothers, you know, my friends, and my beautiful son. So yeah, honor the masculine, honor the males, and honor your feminine as well, and flow with her, and dance, dance. Yeah, let kids be kids. They don't need to be adults sooner than, than they need to. So, let them run wild, let them explore their feelings, and try not to place conditions on how they should meet the kids if there's no security, etc. issues involved. Let them, half of them is part of the child. We, like me as a mother as well, time spent apart from Aragon's beautiful, but I love him, and if anyone placed conditions that I couldn't see him, it would hurt. It would definitely hurt. If I freely gave him away or needed some time away, which is really important, which I've found instead of being this crazy idea of a super mom where I can do it all and then burn out and then crash. As a nuclear family, I couldn't. And yeah, it's hard. Some days are harder than the others, and it's half of them is the child, half of them is you, and let them, you know, it. If just place yourself in their shoes and see what they've been feeling, because if you truly listen to a man, oh my gosh, the depth of the emotion is just so overwhelming. So this is to all the single dads that I've had a pleasure of connecting and talking to, and thank you for sharing your heart and how you feel about this. And thank you to all the single moms I've met along the way. And, just showing a different side of how sometimes it's so much easier. And we've just had beautiful chats. And to all the beautiful parents that keep inspiring me to, be happy with the mom I am instead of making myself feel that I'm not or shouldn't be, and making me feel grounded and sane at times. And, take it one day at a time. So, all my love, be gentle, be kind.